All right, seems like we that little clip I showed you of the it's leaking a little bit of air out of the pedal area. I can hear it, and we have to press really hard on the brakes, and that's a symptom of a bad brake booster. So what I'm gonna do is replace the entire booster, and I just so happen to have the guy right here. Oh. Okay, there she is. I think this guy can spin around. Yes, he can. Okay. So, vacuum line goes there. This little nub pushes, make sure that's tight, I guess. That little nub pushes into the master cylinder. I'm gonna make sure that's the same length. It looks like it's adjustable. Yep. Or two nuts right there. I have to break this one loose and then the one behind it loose. And then there's one right here on the other side. And the master cylinder can just kind of go away from the booster. We don't have to mess with the lines or anything. And then underneath here, it looks like there's our guy right there. So we might have to take this plastic shielding off to get to the bolts. Alright, so there's thick foam right there. You can just pull that back and there's your bolts right there. I'm gonna soak those in WD-40. And then it looks like you have a brake switch right here, which I'm gonna have to replace because the brake lights aren't turning on when you press the pedal, so I'm assuming that's it. And it looks like there's a pin right there that you want to pull out, and you can disconnect the entire thing. This guy is gonna sit in here, and then these bolts are gonna go on after you put the new one on. So we're gonna have to pull the old one out. These ones have soaked for a good while, so I'm gonna take these ones off first, let the ones in there soak, and then we'll be ready to just swap it out, pretty much. I've already got the little thing that holds the brake line off, so we're just taking these off quick. Hopefully there's no wetness on the other side, because that would mean we need to replace the master too. So apparently we can get this off without needing to bend anything. Looks like we're gonna live. Okay. As long as we're careful. Okay. I think we're good. But what I'm gonna do is prop it up with something. Okay. You can use one of these guys and just wiggle it off. Okay. I'm gonna be very nice to this line because it's a little stiff. Maybe it's a little too stiff. I'm gonna see if I have a line that's the same size. If not, we'll reuse it and see what it feels like. All right, we got everything off on this side that we need. So now we will move to the other side. All right, not sure what you're gonna be able to see, but I'm gonna try my best here. Let me get it on. And the one up there is coming off. I hope you guys can see this. So that's great news. I'm gonna disconnect the pedal now that they're all loose. Doesn't really matter. You're gonna need a needle nose pliers. Little pin. Yeah, see that? You want to get that little pin out. I can't do it with one hand. All right. now that your pin's out, I'm trying to do this. All right. Now that your pin's out, you can, there's a little washer here, it looks like. Take that washer off. So you kind of just pull this off sideways, and it's probably just gonna pop out. But we're probably gonna have to loosen up these guys first before we do that. So I'm gonna take all these 4 bolts out that I just loosened. I don't know how this is gonna happen because you gotta pull it straight out. Hopefully I can finagle it. Trying to finagle it upwards so I don't bother these lines here. Okay, okay. Looks like we're doing something. Okay. Now, here's the question, is there any fluid in here? Doesn't sound like it. So I'm gonna clean that up a little bit because there's a little bit of rust, and show you guys adjusting this booster real quick. We don't have to adjust this, but it looks like everything's all lined up. I'm gonna put it on the other side. And I think what I'm gonna do is, to get it closest to where it should be, is I can use a ruler. All right. I can use a ruler here, and I can see how far it is from the flat surface here. So, flat surface, right up against it. It's 1 tick under an inch. So now all I gotta do is go to this one and put it 1 tick under an inch. Alright, and now they are the exact same. Now what you need to do is hold this in place and tighten this nut in here so it stays. Looks like an 8 or a 7. I'll show you guys a little closer. Your pliers that you use, preferably the bent ones, because it'll be easier for you. You can grab it right at the end here. Tighten this guy up. We got a little glob of grease here. I'm going to keep it on because it's probably good for it, and that's not going anywhere. So now just reaffirm. You want it to be flat, and that looks good. So we are ready to put it on. Just make sure that guy's about the same length. You want it exact as you can, so you don't have any issues. Alright, well, here's the old brake switch, and you can see it looks like when you press the pedal, it pushes that spring and it activates like a switch for it to work. This doesn't look corroded, so I'm pretty certain it's probably the switch in here. So what we're gonna do is, I believe this was like close to $30. I think it was like 20, 25 or something. And we're gonna try replacing this switch here before we go any deeper. Yeah, here we go. Here's the exact, I think there's a part number right there if you want to see that. Alright, so this switch right here are these wires. They don't look corroded, just the outside does, so I think we'll be good to plug this in. Just gonna plug it in how it's supposed to go. You see this little notch here, right here? You want that to go in line with the locking mechanism right here, that plastic piece. And did it go? And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna come in here, probably not gonna be able to film it, but you're going to make sure that washer's on the outside on the pedal where you didn't have to take that off. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put this guy on, and it's gonna allow you to put the pedal piece on after it with this washer, this plastic washer you took off, and then you put your cotter pin through, and that's it. All right, here it is, really simple. Okay, so you wanna put the shaft in first, put that part on, and then you know that opening that was on there? I think I can show you from the top. There's a little opening part, and you want to put that on the right side of the shaft that goes to the booster, and then you can slide the one that doesn't have an opening over this hole, put the washer on and your cotter pin, and that's how she'll be. And when you press the pedal, that shaft is going to push against the spring, and that's what's going to activate your switch for the brake lights. Make sure you put your insulation back up and your bolts are tight, and then we can test to see if we have good pressure. It definitely sounds like it runs a lot better. There might have been some kind of vacuum leak or something, because it runs a lot smoother now. Alright, the truck's been idling for about 15-20 minutes. It's taking a while to heat up. I'm watching the meter here, it's going up, so it is working. The heat's good. Transmission's good now. I had to put like about half of a cord in, a little bit more, and now it goes into reverse and drive, and the brakes feel good. But it's making it's making a weird noise. It sounds like there's a bad bearing or something up in the front where the pulleys are. I'm gonna put you a little closer to see if you can hear it. You should have been able to hear it right there. It sounds like it's coming from that middle pulley right there. So I'm gonna look into it. When this heats up to its running temperature, I'm going to check all of the pulleys with a temperature gauge. I couldn't really tell when I tried it recently. So I'm gonna go back to it when it's fully warmed up, and then it's still making that screeching noise. So I'm gonna try to figure that out too. All right, so I do have good news. It looks like the squeaking, I got my stepdad to help push on the gas so I could listen to where it's coming from. The squeaking is coming from the alternator. It's the belt slipping on it. So I think I need to make that a little bit tighter, and that should fix the problem. There was a slight sound. I think it's coming from that middle pulley I think that's the water pump. It's making a slight bearing sound, I think it is. I can't tell. I think this is still warming up. It's been like 20-25 minutes, but that fan is always running, so it's probably not ever going to reach a higher temperature. I should probably turn off the heat to let it go through. Yeah, it's idling good. It's a little weird when you press the pedal. If you rev it up and then immediately release the pedal, the RPMs will drop down and it'll almost bog out. But I think that'll go away with driving it. And gotta put more gas in it, of course. Not too much left, guys.